This is week 3, and I have a big update for this experiment. Now I'm going to get some kilometers in. Let's go. And I'll share the big update later. We finished our run for the day. The sky is still beautiful. It's now 6:17 p.m. Now, big update. I'll talk about very soon. But it's basically about the importance of paying attention to conversions and design choices. More often than not, people think that design is make it look pretty, make the deck look pretty, make the whatever look pretty. And when I was on my way to my run, I saw the back of a truck or bus or whatever with a sign that said follow us on their social media. And the only thing that I could see was their phone number and the platforms they were on. No idea what the name of this business was. So how am I going to follow you? How am I going to search for you? So design choices, very important. I look terrible, but the sky is still beautiful. Now, design choices are part of what get you conversions. They're part of what get people clicking and leaving you their information. So pay attention to those. So this big update. I ran ads, meta ads on Instagram, and the results were super very clear. And they were also backed by the opinions of the people that I talked to. The opinions of the people that you share your idea with are so important, but more important is how honest these people are with you. So if you share your idea with someone you know is going to say, oh, what a nice idea, you're so smart, it's such an incredible product, you're not getting any information and you're not getting any smarter. You want to share your idea with people who will be honest. And in my case, the two persons I shared the idea with, both were very honest about it, and both said, I don't think it's the best idea in the world. I think you've had better ideas before, and this is why. When you listen, when you pay attention to their reasoning, to why they...
Continue for 800 meters.
Okay, now I know where I'm going. But if you don't listen, if you don't pay attention to what they have to say, and most importantly, to their reasoning, you are not making yourself any favors. Everyone comes with a point of view that includes their experiences, their context, their previous endeavors. And if you listen, you get to learn from those experiences and save yourself a lot of mistakes. Look at the weather. I mean, a few hours ago, it was incredibly sunny, the heat was unbearable, and now look at the weather. Just wanted to say, I loved talking about ideas until I realized that you can spend 10 hours talking about an idea, and with just 10 minutes of testing, you get so much more information, so much more depth and understanding of what you're talking about. If you're just blah, 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 blah about the idea, you're learning nothing. You're just convincing yourself of the things, the ideas, the assumptions that you already told yourself and already believe to be true. But if you actually go out there and test some things, you will learn that these assumptions that you have are assumptions. They're not facts. So I'd rather spend much more time testing than just thinking about ideas. I think I shared this, that I ran some meta ads on Instagram, and the response was terrible. I got very, very few inquiries, not a lot of people interested, and that to me is a very big result, and it's a very clear indication that this product, this idea, doesn't really solve anything or doesn't solve a big thing for someone. Because if people are not asking for information, if they're not asking where can I buy this, when can I buy this, and so on, they are clearly telling you that they don't have a lot of interest in your product or your idea. So based on that, I decided we're going to change routes completely. There's one thing that we're keeping, and that's the industry. That's the space that we are building in, because I really like this industry. I'm obsessed with it. So that to me is just a lesson of you have to create something related to what you're already obsessed with. But we're not going to be doing anything related to CPG or direct to consumer as of now. And it also makes a lot of sense to me because it's not the space that I have any expertise in. My expertise is in SaaS, B2B, AI, platforms, digital products, and all of that. It's not in CPG. So I don't know. I think you sometimes life tells you take what you already know, take what you're already good at, take what you're already obsessed with, and work on that. Don't go find something that has some potential but not a strong relationship to you. Even if the space or the idea has some relationship to you, what's the product category? That's also key. If you run a test and you have an expectation for that test, and that expectation is not met, let's say you want to run some ads on Instagram and you think that by running these ads, you will get 5 inquiries or 10 inquiries or whichever amount you're thinking of. Let's say 10. You run the ads, you're expecting 10 inquiries, and you get 2. What does that tell you? For one, it says maybe your ads are not that good, or your account is not communicating the product as it should. Maybe people click on the ad, then they see your account, and there's a gap between those two because they clicked for a reason and then they see your account and that reason's no longer there. Or maybe the landing page is not that good, or the call to action is not clear. There are things that you can change and improve. But if you improve those things and you run these ads again and again and again, and you see that you're not getting those 10 inquiries that you initially thought were going to be very easy, that's a clear indication. That's a clear indication of people are not interested in this product. This is not resonating with them. The messaging's off. The pain point is not that sharp. The willingness to pay is not there. Like, they are telling you these things. Maybe they're not explicitly saying them, but they are showing you that they don't care or that they're not interested. And you need to pay attention, because if you ran the ads and you didn't get the inquiries, at least to gain something from it. I mean, at least take that feedback and do something with it. And that's something that I talk about a lot, because I see a lot of people who they want feedback. They want people to participate. They want to listen to others' opinions. And once they get this feedback, once they get the opinions from others, they do nothing with it. They sometimes even defend their own point of view. If someone contradicts what they're saying, instead of listening and trying to understand why they have a different perspective, they'll just say no because A, B, C, and D. So they try to explain themselves again and again. That's not helpful at all. Like, you're not helping yourself. You're not serving others. And when this happens, whether it is in products, ideas, businesses, communities, whatever you can think of, I'm of the idea that when this is happening, eventually someone takes the lead and it's not you. And this someone may be the market. This someone may be someone else on your team, someone else in that community, someone else in that group. They take the lead because they see that you're not listening, you're not taking into account anything that's being said, and they get some frustration from it. And so they just go, okay, so what are we going to do about this? What's the action item from this? And I think that you, in a way, also lose the respect from the audience. So if the market is taking the lead, let's say you had a pricing strategy that the market was not responding to, that they didn't agree with, and you didn't change your pricing strategy. The market will take the lead because they will stop buying from you. And when they stop buying from you, they'll probably go and buy from someone else. And then they'll probably share these other brand or other product with their circle of people. And guess who has the lead? Your market does. And you just gave your competition many more customers because you didn't listen to them. So when people don't feel heard, when you're not taking into consideration the feedback of your audience, of your market, they will go somewhere else where they will be heard. And this is something that I see people have a very hard time understanding. To me, it just sounds very simple. It makes sense. It's like, of course, they want to be listened to and heard, and they want to see their feedback in the product. It's not, they don't want the CPO or whomever to say, oh, thanks for your feedback. We're really going to take that into consideration. No, they want 2 weeks from now to go into your product, go into your platform and see those changes there. So I would say listen to your audience, listen to the people you're talking to. And in my case, I listened. And what I heard was, we're not interested. So this product is not that interesting for us to be willing to pay for it, willing to make a pre-order, willing to even ask about it. That's where we're at this week.